Nice little spot. Some PBs have more coves than others, etc. Some less, some are much bigger than others. Take you 45 minutes to drive from South Redondo side to San Pedro, you know. Others you can get there in 15 minutes. So this is a good little spot. Start over in this corner here. And many earths, hundreds of earths, many earths. That's kind of what I do. A multi-earth traveler. And, you know, a little different in their own way. So, I don't want to get too close to the edge here. Living on the edge. So here we are. Pretty cool. You got the winding trails here. Take my mountain bike down that sometimes, rip down that, fly off the edge, get air, clear those rocks, and splash into the water. It's pretty fun stuff, you know. Not recommended for the average person. Someone like me, sure, I can handle it, but I wouldn't recommend it to the masses, you know. And you got that second barrier there. Same as on other Earths, same type of deal, but that's pretty cool. It's kind of like the Grand Canyon look, like the, you can see the layers and stuff there. You know, water levels used to be that high way back. The shape of the continents have always changed throughout history. What's water turns to land, and what was land it turns into sea, and etc. North and South Pole down to refresh the earth and turn everything that's and flood the seas, so all the sea goes over the land. The sea is salt water, so it's salt, it breaks stuff down and disinfects, and the earth takes everything, just brings it into the soil. Literally anything you put in landfills that eventually will break down, and down the line is just dust, part of the earth. You never knew anything was there. Nothing left. That's just how it is. You can't kill an earth. Earths have been around billions of years. They're indestructible. You can blow off every nuke a million times over. You're going to make it so people can't live there. You screw up for humans, Earth will always survive. It'll refresh itself, melt down the North and South Pole, you know, and refresh everything, and then get ready for the next civilizations to come in and man to come in and have a fresh new Earth, you know. It's pretty amazing, really. So people say, God damn it, you're taking all that water from the ocean, you're going to drain the ocean dry. Earth is 3/4 water, okay? It's mostly water, okay? You can't. It'd be impossible to drain all the water. Most you could do is move it from point A to B, you know? Because where are you going to put it all, right? So, and then they tell you, like where I'm from, it says, there's billboards, brown is the new green, and they'll show brown lawns. Do not, you know, water your lawns this and that time, only after 6 p.m. and this and that, certain rules, and conserve water, the California Water Conservatory, and this and that. That's like all bull. They've been doing that since the 60s. They had late 60s. A friend of mine that was in that era says, Jeff, they had commercials that were like, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, it's mellow. It's just you can leave it there. If it's brown, you gotta flush it. And it's kind of silly because when I was a kid, we had sailboats in the harbor, Portofino, etc. We had emergency kits in the boat. If you're stranded in the middle of the sea, you can convert salt water into pure drinking water. That was back then. So now they've got filters they could put in with pumps, put in the ocean, and in real time turn that salt water into fresh, sparklets like water. They can do that, right? So how can they tell you conserve water? Because see, in the 60s and so on, California didn't even charge for water. Most states didn't. Water is free because it's everywhere. And people got, greedy. We'll charge for water. Now you got to pay water bills, you see. So they say, it's precious, this and that. They could raise your water bills and tell you to conserve it. They still make a ton of money. Okay, here.